A few episodes ago, we told you to get excited because we're showing you the best that Pennsylvania has to offer, and I think that this series, this 3-part series, is going to have a little bit of something for everybody. We've got nature, adventure, a little bit of history, so it's time to go. We're getting packed up. Rachel, where are we going?
We're going to Promised Land State Park today to the Lower Lake Campground, the North Woods area, site 455.
Hopefully, if all goes to plan, this first episode here is going to be taking you to the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area, which we're very excited to see. We've never been there before, so stick around. Let's kick on the intro and then we'll get right into it. So friends, we've made it here to Promised Land State Park, and it's actually surprisingly nice. I'm not really sure what I expected, but it's definitely different than what I expected. And it's really nice. The sites are far away from each other, so you're definitely not crowded in here. As popular as this place is, you see a lot about it online and stuff, and I don't know, I was just expecting a really crowded, tightly packed, like Prince Gallitzin type of style campground, and it's definitely not that. Friends, you've probably noticed that we have front-loaded our schedule this year with shorter local trips, and this is the first one where we've really kind of branched out beyond, an hour or two, and that was because we didn't really know how Waylon Willie was gonna handle travel and the long distance trips, and I think it was definitely smart that we did that. Today, I think we definitely exceeded his tolerance for being in the car, probably about by a half hour or so. But I think he's going to get used to it. We do have some longer stuff planned for the year, so but we'll show you as we move along how we work around that. But it's a Thursday now, so not a lot of people here. I do expect more people over the weekend, but as spaced out as the sites are, okay, as spaced out as the sites are, we should be all right. We do intend to do some swimming and stuff here probably on Saturday, but tomorrow morning we're getting up early. The goal is to be on the road by 7, which should put us at the water gap around 8 or a little before. So at the water gap, though, we want to do Dingman's Falls and Raymondskill Falls, which are the 2 highest falls in Pennsylvania, and so it should be extremely beautiful. So we'll see in the morning. We gotta go get Sarah put to bed here shortly, and get up early and get on the road. So, well, friends, we're doing pretty good. It's around 7 o'clock on the nose, and we're headed out of here. We're headed over to the Water Gap, and we'll see you over at Dingman's Falls Visitor Center. Well, friends, we've made it to Dingman Falls. We're here by the Visitor Center, which is closed currently, but why is it closed? Seasonal?
I have no idea why it's closed. No, I don't know. I don't think it's seasonal.
The trailhead starts where? Just over here somewhere.
Over there.
So we're going to take you up and see the falls. It does not look like there's going to be much water, though, so we'll see what we get.
It's the end of July, so you get what you get.
But the good thing is, we're the only ones here, so that probably means that either it's really early and no one else wanted to get up, or there's nothing. No one else is coming because there's nothing to see here. From what I've seen online, of course, other people probably are smart and come when there's a good bit of water flow. You know, so we'll see what we get. First waterfall we came across here is Silver Thread Falls. There is some water flowing from it, and I actually think it's really, really cool. And you know, this is a pretty neat little canyon here, full of hemlock trees, which it says on the sign back there that the dense shade that they provide is what keeps this environment cool. And of course, you can see they've got a sign here explaining what I've been telling you about the woolly adelgid. The hemlocks are extremely important to this environment here, and that's what makes this ecosystem what it is. You know, so it's a shame, but that's the way it is. Very, very pretty though.
Cool. It's I don't know, it's almost like we're standing in a grotto, like right here, but we're not. It's different.
So some of the falls that we seen last fall up in New York, this definitely reminds me of that. It's definitely pretty.
And accessible. We were able to put William in the stroller, so it's wheelchair accessible, it's stroller accessible, so it's easy to get back here, and it's a short walk.
Yeah, nice boardwalk that leads up to it, so very, very easy little walk. One last thing before we leave, I do want to thank my buddy Walter Zolna. Check out his channel. He's the one who brought this area to my attention. And otherwise, I probably would have never known that this was here. And, you know, because I lived in the Pocono region for quite some time, and like literally right down the road. But yeah, it's because of him that adventures like this are possible, because we know about places like this. So, and hopefully our channel does the same for you, brings things to your attention that you might otherwise not know about. And the Pennsylvania region, or the local region where we're at, our goal is to highlight these things and places that you can go see and do locally that are accessible. For those of you who can't hit the road right now and go out west, there are things in Pennsylvania and the surrounding states that are worth seeing and worth doing. So do what you can, where you can. The Delaware Water Gap Recreation Area is very accessible to everyone in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, New York. It's right here for you to come see. Alright, so friends, as you can see behind me, there are other people here. We're not going to be alone for this one. There's actually some other people that just pulled in, but still, it's pretty early. It's not too bad. The temperature difference as we left Dingman's Falls, where the little canyon gorge thing is, and as soon as we got back out onto Route 209, man, the temperature in the truck went up like 10 degrees, and you can tell it's much hotter when you're not in the gorges. I don't know what this hike at Raymond-Skill Falls is going to be like. Right now it seems like we're kind of up on top, and you know, maybe we'll go down in. But when you're in the shade, it's not too bad, but it is humid, and it makes it really hard to actually stop and enjoy anything because you're just sweating to death. But that's July, and I'm waiting for fall, man. We can't get here soon enough.
It's a multi-waterfall.
So friends, as you can see behind me, this is not a trail for a stroller. So if you're doing this one, I guess you got to carry the kid. Lots of steps, but it's a very nice path for sure.
Oh, I like this one. I think I like this one better than the other one.
So friends, I do highly recommend that you come here to the Water Gap and Raymond-Skill Falls. It's pretty cool. I like this one. Our next ambitions here is we're going to try to go to the park headquarters and you know, see what other kind of information we can get on the area. And from what I can tell, and Rachel's done a little bit of researching and stuff, I believe that there are some scenic overlooks down on the south end. Raymondskill is pretty much on the north end of the water gap. The park headquarters is somewhere in the middle, and then some other stuff on the south end. And then there's a bakery down on the south end that we want to check out. We were told it's really good, so that's the plan. A little bit of a, we're doing this in kind of a touristy way, but it's cool. It's worth seeing. So, friends, both of those hikes were just like quick, short, I don't know what you want to call it.
I wouldn't call this last one easy, but it was short.
Definitely, like, if you're looking for instant gratification and you don't want to actually go on a hike, those are good for you. Today it's hot, it's humid, and so it's like you don't really want to be out in it for too long. And especially with a baby in the baby carrier, I mean, you'd just be drenched in sweat. So
Raymondskill Falls Trail was not accessible for strollers and wheelchairs, by the way. We took the stroller and made it not even halfway down with it, so.
Yeah, and we're not normally people who like strollers. I actually really hate the stroller, but like I said, with it being this humid, having him in the carrier is just not going to work. Plus, he doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. He'd be miserable.
So that's where we're at with that. But yeah, we're headed down to the park office, or the main park
headquarters.
Park headquarters.
I want to try and do the Junior Ranger program with Sarah. So Dingman Falls Visitor Center is closed. The, what is it called? The Kittany Point Visitor Center is closed. So if there's anywhere that we can't get a Junior Ranger book, it's going to be at the park headquarters, I hope.
Alrighty, so today really has not worked out the way that it was supposed to. We wanted to go to the park headquarters so that Sarah could do the Junior Ranger program. Apparently National Park Service buildings are back to requiring masks, which we don't have anymore. I thought COVID was over. So, and actually 2 days ago when we looked at the website, it said that they were not required. So that's why we didn't prepare ourselves for that. But maybe she'll get to do that at Steamtown. According to their website, it's still not a big deal. And, you know, if they are required there, we will buy them. Because I intend to go to Steamtown, you know, one way or the other. We just stopped at a bakery, which I'll show you some footage of, because we kind of needed to regroup and eat some good food, and that was a really good experience. I'll show you some footage, but they've got like an incredible array of sweet stuff, and I had a lobster roll actually there for lunch. So they've got like good like lunch menu type stuff as well. And yeah, it was good. We had to regroup, we needed to eat. So we're right now at Point of Gap Overlook. The first overlook we missed. We drove past, there was no signs until after we looked back and there was a sign. Well, it's like, well, we was going the other way. But anyhow, so we missed that. But these little like driving tour overlook types of things, if you have kids in car seats, you'll know that it's next to impossible to do this kind of stuff, because you stop, you get them out of the car seat, you get them all with their shoes back on and stuff, and you go and you look at whatever, and then you're putting them right back in the truck. So that's just, it's not really something that we like to do. And that's why last year at Letchworth, you seen, we walked from overlook to overlook, because we knew getting Sarah in and out of the truck, that was just going to be miserable. So it was easier to walk. And I don't really know that you can do that here. There's no trail that I've seen, but it's been difficult to get information on much of anything. We do have a map of the area, but it's like real blown out, like so you can see the whole park on one map, but it doesn't show you in detail much of anything. This overlook though, and I'll show you some better footage, it is pretty cool. And you can see, we were talking about at Cowan's Gap the way the Appalachian Mountains were formed, and you know how the Earth's crust was just pushed out of the ground. If you look, what's now the valleys is what used to be where the peaks are, and where the peaks are now, that used to be the valleys. So like that would have just kept going way, way up, and you'd have had huge mountains here. I think what would be fun to do here is to kayak or canoe or whatever, some sort of watercraft in the Delaware River. I think that would be a cool experience, and if I was going to come back here again, that's something that I would probably be wanting to do. And that's really the only thing of real excitement that would draw me to come back here, is to kayak in the river. And not even really 100% sure how practical that would actually be. We ended up giving up on the water gap thing. It just wasn't working out. It was hot, the car seats. We tried to go and do a hike to a waterfall, and the road that we had to go up to get to where we were going to hike, it was closed. So that was like the nail in the coffin. So that adventure's over with, done with. But now we're back here at Promised Land, and we're gonna go check out the beach. Sarah is checking out the playground over there, and we're gonna see how Willie does swimming. So that ought to be interesting. So friends, that's the beach here at Promised Land State Park. This is the upper lake here, and I think this might be where we're going to kayak tomorrow. But this effectively ends this episode, and tomorrow we're going to cover a little bit more of the campground stuff here at Promised Land, and then of course we're going to go kayaking, and then we'll move on to something else. So we'll see you next week, Thursday, around 5 o'clock usually.